Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English and then nothing comes out? Not because you don't know English, not because you don't understand the question, but because your mind suddenly feels too busy, too loud, too full. You start thinking, is this sentence correct? Is my grammar wrong? What if they laugh? What if I choose the wrong word? And in that moment, the conversation moves on, without you.
And after that moment, you feel something heavy inside. Regret. You think, I knew the answer. I could have said something. But you didn't. Not because you're weak, not because you're bad at English, but because you were thinking too much.
If this has happened to you, I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not slow. You are not bad at speaking. You're simply stuck in your head.
And today, we're going to talk about that. Why your English feels stuck, why your brain freezes during easy conversations, and most importantly, how to get out of this thinking trap and start speaking more freely.
Welcome. I'm James.
And I'm Laura. This isn't a classroom lesson. This is a real human conversation, just like the ones you want to have in English.
Let's talk honestly for a moment. Most English learners believe one thing. If I think carefully, my English will be better. So you think before you speak. You translate in your head. You check grammar rules silently. You search for the perfect sentence.
But real conversations don't work like that. Native speakers don't build sentences like puzzles in their minds. They don't stop to think, is this present perfect or past simple? They speak first and adjust later.
And here's the painful truth. The more you think, the less you speak. The less you speak, the less confident you feel. And the less confident you feel, the more you think next time. It becomes a circle.
That's why this topic matters so much, because English is not just a language problem. It's a thinking problem, a confidence problem, a fear problem.
Many learners tell me, James, I understand English, but I can't speak. And I always say the same thing. You can speak, you just don't let yourself speak.
Yes, your English isn't stuck. Your permission to speak is stuck.
Think about a simple situation. Someone asks you, how was your day? This is easy, right? But suddenly your mind says, should I say it was good or it was well? Is tired better than exhausted? What tense should I use?
And while your brain is having this meeting, the other person is waiting. Then they smile politely, and they change the topic.
And later you replay the moment in your head. You think, I should have said this. I should have said that. That replay can hurt more than the silence.
This happens because your brain is trying to protect you. It wants you to avoid embarrassment. It wants you to avoid mistakes. But in doing that, it blocks your voice.
Here's something important. Mistakes are not the enemy of communication. Silence is.
And that's hard to accept, especially if you learned English in a school system where mistakes were punished. Red marks, low scores, embarrassment in front of others.
So your brain learned a rule. Don't speak unless you're sure. But real life doesn't give you time to be sure.
This is why overthinking is especially common in easy conversations, because you believe you should be perfect in easy situations, so the pressure becomes higher.
Exactly. When the topic is difficult, you forgive yourself. But when the topic is simple, you judge yourself more.
So let's slow down and change the way you see speaking. Speaking is not a test. Speaking is a process.
Here's the first shift you need to make. Speaking is not about building perfect sentences. It's about sending meaning.
If the other person understands you, even with mistakes, you succeeded.
Let me say something very clearly. This is the quote I want you to remember. Fluency grows when you speak before you feel ready, not after.
That's so important. Confidence doesn't come first. Speaking comes first.
Now, in the next part, we're going to break this down step by step. How to stop translating in your head. How to speak with simple English without feeling stupid. And how to train your brain to stay calm in conversations.
We'll also talk about what not to do, common habits that keep learners stuck without realizing it.
But for now, I want you to sit with one idea. You don't need better English to speak. You need less thinking.
If this already feels familiar, that's good. It means you're listening to yourself honestly.
Ready to continue and learn the practical steps to break this habit?
Tell us when you want part 2.
All right, let's continue. In the first part, we talked about why your English feels stuck. Now let's talk about how to unlock it, slowly, calmly, and realistically.
I want you to imagine something simple. When a child learns to speak their first language, they don't think first. They don't plan sentences. They don't worry about mistakes.
They just try. And yes, they make many mistakes. But nobody stops them and says, wait, think more.
As adult English learners, we do the opposite. We stop ourselves again and again. We think before every word.
So, the first step is this. You must separate thinking time from speaking time.
This is very important. Thinking is useful when you are studying. Speaking is useful when you are communicating. Mixing the two causes stress.
When you speak, your job is not to be correct. Your job is to be understood.
Let's make this practical. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" Your brain wants to answer like this. "Yesterday, I went to the market, then I returned home, and after that, I prepared dinner."
That sentence is fine, but it's heavy for your brain.
Now, listen to this version. Yesterday, market, then home, made dinner.
Is it perfect English? No. Is it real communication? Yes.
And here's something surprising. Native speakers do this all the time.
In real conversations, people speak in pieces, short phrases, incomplete sentences, natural pauses.
But learners think they must speak in full textbook sentences. That belief creates pressure.
So, step 1 is learning to speak in small units, one idea at a time, one thought at a time.
Instead of planning a full sentence, ask yourself, what is the main idea I want to say?
And then, just say that.
Let's practice mentally. If someone says, "How was your day?" you don't need a story.
You can say, busy, good but tired, long day.
And then you stop. You let the other person respond.
Conversation is not a speech, it's a back and forth.
Now, let's talk about a big problem, translation. Many learners translate from their native language to English in their head.
Translation is slow, conversation is fast.
When you translate, your brain does 3 jobs at once. Understand the question, translate the answer, check grammar.
That's too much pressure. So what do we do instead?
We use ready language, simple, common phrases that you don't need to think about.
For example, I think, I feel like, for me, maybe, I'm not sure, but...
These phrases are powerful because they buy you time and they reduce pressure.
You don't need the perfect word immediately. You can start speaking while your brain catches up.
Another important step is accepting silence inside your sentence.
Many learners panic if they pause. They think pausing is failure.
But pauses are natural. Even native speakers pause.
Try this instead of freezing. Say, let me think. How can I say this?
These are not mistakes. They are communication tools.
Now let's talk about a habit that keeps learners stuck. Replaying conversations in your head.
After a conversation, you think, I should have said this. My grammar was wrong. I sounded stupid.
This habit trains your brain to fear the next conversation.
Instead, ask a different question after speaking. Not, was I correct, but did I communicate?
If the answer is yes, you did well.
Here's another key step. Lower your internal standard.
Many learners aim for native-level speech. That's not realistic in daily conversation.
Your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound clear enough.
Clear enough is success.
Let's talk about emotional safety. Your brain needs to feel safe to speak.
If you constantly criticize yourself, your brain stays quiet.
So you need to change the voice in your head. Instead of, don't make mistakes, say, it's okay to try.
This is not positive thinking. This is practical thinking.
Because trying leads to improvement. Silence does not.
Now here's something many learners don't expect. Confidence does not come from speaking well.
Confidence comes from surviving mistakes.
Every time you speak and nothing bad happens, your brain learns something new.
It learns, I'm safe.
And that changes everything.
In the next part, we'll reach the emotional turning point, the moment where speaking starts to feel lighter.
We'll talk about common mistakes learners make without knowing and how to apply all this in real daily life, at work, with friends, and with strangers.
If you're ready to continue, tell us to move to part 3.
Welcome back. If you're still listening, that already tells me something important. You care, you want change, and you're ready for the final shift.
In this last part, we're going to bring everything together, not as theory, not as rules, but as a new way of being in English.
Seriously, let's talk about the moment that usually breaks people. You're in a real situation. A coworker, a shop, a friend, and suddenly you feel that familiar pressure in your chest.
Your heart beats faster. Your mind starts racing. You think, here we go again.
This is the exact moment where most learners go silent, or they escape. They smile, they nod, they give one-word answers.
But this is also the moment where change can happen.
Here's the breakthrough idea. You don't need to remove fear to speak. You need to speak with fear.
That's a big difference. Waiting to feel calm before speaking keeps you stuck forever.
Speaking while nervous trains your brain faster than any lesson.
So let's talk about common mistakes learners make at this stage, not to judge, but to free you.
Mistake number 1. Trying to sound smart. Using big words, complex sentences.
This increases thinking, and thinking kills flow.
Simple English is not weak English, it's strong English.
Mistake number 2. Correcting yourself too much. You say one word, then stop, then change it, then apologize.
This breaks the rhythm of conversation, and it tells your brain mistakes are dangerous.
Sometimes the best correction is no correction.
Mistake number 3. Comparing yourself to others, especially fluent speakers.
You don't see their past, you only see their result.
Comparison creates pressure. Pressure creates silence.
Now let's move to real-life application, because this only works if you use it.
Tomorrow, when you speak English, do one thing differently. Speak sooner.
Don't wait for the perfect sentence. Start with something small.
A sound, a phrase, a simple idea.
For example, at work, instead of planning a full answer, say, I think, pause, then continue.
That pause is your friend.
Another practical tool? Limit your sentence length, 5 to 7 words.
Long sentences invite overthinking. Short sentences invite flow.
Also, allow yourself to be average in English for now.
Average is active. Perfect is silent.
Now let's talk about daily practice, not studying, practicing.
Every day, give yourself one small speaking win.
One comment, one question, one response.
Even if it feels uncomfortable.
Especially if it feels uncomfortable.
Reframing that discomfort is not failure. It's growth happening.
Here's a simple challenge for you. For the next 7 days, focus on speed, not accuracy.
Answer quickly, even if it's messy.
Messy speech becomes smooth speech over time.
And smooth speech builds confidence.
Let's come back to the emotional side, because this journey is personal.
Many learners carry shame from past mistakes, from bad experiences.
If that's you, I want you to hear this. You were never bad at English.
You were just taught to be afraid.
And fear is learned, which means it can be unlearned.
Every time you speak without overthinking, you rewrite that old story.
You teach your brain a new rule. I'm allowed to speak.
And that rule changes everything.
Let's gently summarize what we've learned without pressure.
Your English is not stuck because you don't know enough.
It's stuck because you think too much while speaking.
Thinking is for study time.
Speaking is for connection.
Short phrases are powerful.
Mistakes are safe.
Confidence comes after action.
And silence is the real enemy, not errors.
Now, here's your listener challenge.
Today or tomorrow, start one conversation in English.
Not a long one, just one sentence.
Speak before you feel ready.
And after you speak, don't judge yourself.
Just notice, you survived. Nothing bad happened.
That moment is the seed of fluency.
If this conversation helped you, keep practicing with us.
You don't need perfect English to belong in a conversation.
You just need the courage to start.
Thanks for listening.
And remember, you're closer than you think.